Ladies and gentlemen, federal workers and injured federal workers, Riverdale Wellness proudly presents to you the Injured Federal Workers Podcast. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? It's Dr. Mark Eisen coming to you from the Riverdale Wellness Studios in Bronx, New York City. The topic for the Injured Federal Workers Podcast today is the Ca7a. What is a Ca7a? Great question. No one knows it. So I'm here to teach you, I'm here to educate you, and I'm here to entertain you and inform you. General, this form is used when claiming FICA compensation, including repurchase of paid leave. It must be used when claiming compensation for more than one consecutive period. Okay? So, why are you filling it out? Okay? First of all, let's take a look at the form and see what it has to say. Okay? So, here's the form. The form is a Ca7a. You put in your name. The title is Time Analysis Form. You put your name in, your social, your case number, the pay period that it covers, total hours of claim. Okay. Where do we get it from? Here are the dates. Compensation claimed, yes. Leave without pay. Let's say you left work. You worked 5 hours and you left. And you're on leave without pay for 3 hours, making an 8-hour day. And what's the reason you're going to the doctor? For a doctor's visit. So it could be therapy, OWCP. Or it's, yes, let's say you just left for an hour. You work 7, okay? And you're going to see MD visit. Okay? So let's say you left work for that pay period 4 hours and you worked 12. And by the way, if it's a pay period, let's say you have a 2-week thing, this would be the first 2 weeks, the first 2 days of the first week, and let's say the first 2 weeks of the second week. Okay? So you'd fill that in, you put the dates in. I'm not doing that for you. Okay? You put your signature, the date stamped, you'll send it off. Okay? Again, it says here, this form is used when claiming FICA compensation. So when is it used? I basically show you how to fill it out. So when is it used? It is used that if in the middle of your work day, as you can see, you work 5 hours and you left work 3 hours, and you take that 4 hours here and you put it over here. Okay? What is it used for? It's used for your ability to leave work and not get penalized for leaving work with money, so you can handle your finances properly. The Department of Labor will pay for your time out of work to take care of therapy or your medical visits during that time period. Okay? So I showed you the form. So let's give an example. You're sent back to work for an 8-hour workday, and you're still on limited duty of sorts. So you're working limited duty for 8 hours, but you still need therapy and you still need to see the medical doctor. So what do? So what you do is the following. Let's say you work for 5 hours and your therapy is 3 hours. Okay. So during those 3 hours, what you're doing is you're filling out this form, just like we said. And after 2 weeks, you're also going to get a receipt from the medical doctor that you were there for those visits. Okay? So the doctor will write a note that you were there for those visits. You send that off with a Ca7a, and you submit that to the Department of Labor for that pay period, and you'll get reimbursed. Okay? Make sure the date signed is appropriate, similar to the Ca7. It's after the period, not during the period. And every 2 weeks, you send that off to the Department of Labor, and they will reimburse you for your time out of work. I hope this information helped you. Again, if you have any questions, send it to the Injured Federal Workers Podcast, and we'll try to help you with those forms. Okay? We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Are you suffering because you got hurt on the job? Are you struggling to find a doctor who knows how to navigate DOL and OWCP paperwork? Are you aware that when your case gets accepted and your doctor sends you back to work with limitations, and you still need medical care, the Department of Labor will reimburse you for your time that you went for therapy instead of working? If you work for at least 4 hours and then go to a doctor that is an hour away and spend 2 hours doing therapy, that is an equivalent of the 8-hour workday. All you need to do is fill out a Ca7a and a receipt from all your doctors for all your visits that you were there for those appointments. You will then be reimbursed for your time out of work. Please call 718-601-1540 to see if we can help you with the medical paperwork and recover from those injuries, as we have 2 decades worth of experience. And check out our Google reviews.
Paul's Weekly Joke.
Yep. Where do you bring a kid that has a peekaboo accident?
I don't know where you bring a kid who has a peekaboo accident.
To the ICU.
To the ICU. Intensive care unit.
Are you suffering because you got hurt on the job? Are you struggling to find a doctor who knows how to navigate DOL and OWCP paperwork? Are you aware that when your case gets accepted, you will get reimbursed for all your travel fees? The form that gets filled out is a 957. All you need is a receipt from all your doctors for all your visits that you were there for an appointment. Please call 718-601-1540 to see if we can help you with the medical paperwork and recover from those injuries, as we have 2 decades worth of experience, and check out our Google reviews.
We will end today's episode with do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can, by John Wesley. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Best health and love. Show it to everyone. Have a great weekend.